In the vast expanse of the galaxy, stars are like distant lanterns, guiding the way forward. Humanity has woven a cosmic network using the Lagrange System, colossal stargates anchored at mysterious spatial resonance points, bridging the infinite interstellar void and bringing distant worlds within reach. Yet, the scars of the Great Resonance War remain, a testament to the price paid for such ambition. Now, the galaxy stirs from its slumber, and new pioneers rise, eager to claim their place among the stars. The interstellar Voyager hung silently in the void, its senses scanning the darkness for traces of a spatial resonance point. On the bridge, Captain Elora Vance studied the holographic star map before her, her gaze resolute. After months of calculations and perilous journeys through uncharted space, they were on the verge of discovering a new Lagrange node. Success would not only expand their faction's influence, but also reopen long-lost star lanes severed by the war. Yet, the captain knew such discoveries came with risks rival factions lurked in the shadows, and the resonance points themselves were unpredictable, capable of unleashing uncontrollable forces. Captain, the resonance signal is stabilizing, reported first Officer Kira, her voice steady but laced with tension. Prepare to deploy the Stargate construction drones, Elora ordered. Weapons systems on standby, we don't know who else might be watching. Aye, Captain, the tactical officer responded promptly. As the crew sprang into action, Elora reflected on their journey. From the ashes of the Great Resonance War, their faction, the Nova Alliance, had risen, driven by the dream of reconnecting the galaxy. But that dream was fraught with peril, for the Lagrange system was both a lifeline and a battleground. Suddenly, the ship's AI announced, detecting anomalous energy spike, resonance point activation imminent. The air was thick with anticipation and unease. This moment would change everything. At the moment the resonance point activated, an ethereal glow blossomed in the void, pulsing like a celestial heartbeat, radiating an otherworldly brilliance. A deep hum resonated from the depths of the bridge, swelling into a deafening roar as if space itself trembled. Then, abruptly, silence fell. The light coalesced into a shimmering, stable gateway, a brand new Lagrange node, an entrance to uncharted reaches of the galaxy. Yet, before the crew of the interstellar Voyager could cheer, the sensors blared a shrill alarm. Emerging from the newly formed node like phantoms was a fleet. Leading the charge was the formidable CH1-3 heavy transport destroyer, its hull bristling with cargo bays and weapon turrets for SG-275C cannons, and to SG-33 OBD anti-air gun showcasing its formidable firepower and defenses. Flanking it were nimble FG-300 multipurpose frigates, each armed with 3 SG-150 cannons, their sleek, streamlined designs emphasizing speed and agility. Lurking in the rear was an Ares I artillery destroyer, its single AG-108 cannon glowing ominously red, foretelling devastating long-range strikes. Enemy fleet detected, Kira shouted, panic edging her voice. They're locking onto us. Elora quickly steadied herself, analyzing the situation. This fleet's appearance was no coincidence. They must have been lying in wait on the other side of the node, poised to seize this strategic point. Whether they were hostile faction forces or interstellar marauders, battle was now unavoidable. All hands, battle stations, she commanded sharply. Ray shields, arm all weapons. Helmsman, evasive maneuvers, don't let them encircle us. The interstellar Voyager surged forward, its thrusters flaring as it banked hard to avoid the enemy's opening salvo. The FG-300 multipurpose frigate started in with terrifying speed, their SG-150 cannons unleashing a storm of laser fire, hammering against the Voyager shields. The ship shuddered under the barrage, shield energy rapidly depleting. Focus fire on the frigates, Elora ordered. Their SG-150 cannons hit hard. We can't let them close in. The gunners returned fire, plasma rounds streaking from the main batteries and striking one of the FG-300's Didon. The enemy frigate's armor buckled, erupting into a cloud of debris. Yet the remaining frigates pressed on, weaving through the crossfire with their superior agility. Meanwhile, the AC-7-1 heavy transport destroyer advanced methodically, its 4 SG-275C cannons swiveling to lock on. A swarm of missiles erupted from its launchers, homing in on the Voyager, while its 2 SG-33 OBD anti-air guns spat defensive fire, trying to intercept incoming attacks, deploy countermeasures, Alara barked. Helmsman, adjust course, prepare to strafe the destroyer. Deploy countermeasures. Alara barked. Helmsman, adjust course, prepare to strafe the destroyer. Chaff and flares burst from the ship, diverting most of the missiles, but a few broke through, slamming into the port side. The bridge rocked violently, alarms wailing as the propulsion system took damage, reducing maneuverability. Shields down to 60, Kira reported. Power systems overloading, we can't hold out much longer. Alara clenched her jaw, her gaze locking onto the distant Ares I artillery destroyer. It lingered at the rear, its CH1-3 cannon charging, the barrel pulsing with lethal energy. One shot from that monstrosity could pierce straight through the Voyager's armor. Helmsman, set a collision course straight for the artillery destroyer, Alara commanded, her voice steel. Full speed ahead. Captain, that'll take us right into the heart of their formation. Helmsman protested. Do it. She insisted. That's our only way out. The interstellar Voyager shot forward like an arrow, plunging into the enemy fleet's core. The FG-300 frigates scrambled to intercept, but their frantic maneuvers caused chaos. One frigate collided with another, its drive system failing in a spectacular explosion, scattering debris like a makeshift barrier. As they closed in on the RSI, Alara gave the order. All weapons, concentrate fire. Main and secondary batteries unleashed a torrent of energy, hammering the artillery destroyer shields. The explosions lit up the void, but the shields held. The AG-1208's charge neared completion, its power core humming ominously. Prepare the resonance disruptor. Alara turned to Kira. Fire now. It hasn't been fully tested. Kira argued. No time to debate. Alara replied coolly. Launch. A small device shot toward the RSI, latching onto its hull the moment it activated. A pulse of energy rippled through the enemy ship. The AG-1208's glow flickered and died, its systems thrown into disarray. The shields collapsed. It worked, Kira exclaimed, their cannons disabled. Now finish it, Alara commanded. The interstellar Voyager unleashed everything it had. The barrage tore through the RSI's armor, and with a final, thunderous detonation, the most dangerous threat in the enemy fleet was reduced to a burning wreck, leaderless. The remaining ships faltered, but the AC-7-1 and surviving FG-300s refused to retreat. The AC-7-1's SG-275C cannons kept firing, while the frigates attempted to flank the Voyager with their SG-150 volleys. Target the destroyer's propulsion, Alara directed. Cripple its mobility. The interstellar Voyager swung around the AC-7-1's rear, concentrating fire on its engines. Shields failed, thrusters sputtered out, and a massive warship drifted helplessly, a sitting duck, with the AC-7-1 neutralized. The remaining FG-300s lost coordination. One by one, the Voyager picked them off, each explosion fueling the crew's morale until the last enemy ship was obliterated. Silence settled over the bridge before cheers erupted. Alara slumped into her chair, exhaustion and pride warring within her. They had won, but the interstellar Voyager was battered, and not all crew members had made it. Damage report. She murmured. Kira scanned the data. Shields nearly depleted. Multiple hull breaches. Propulsion needs emergency repairs. But the resonance point is stable. We can still complete the mission. Repair the ship and prepare to construct the Stargate, she said firmly. This sector won't stay quiet for long. As the interstellar Voyager limped toward the resonance point, the wreckage of the enemy fleet drifting behind it, the stars illuminated the path ahead. Alara took a deep breath, resolve burning in her heart. No matter what lay ahead, she would lead her crew to forge a legend. Alara stood before the Lagrange gate at Hub City, gazing at the radiant expanse of the Stargate network. This metropolis served as the crossroads of the galaxy, its gates woven together like threads, connecting countless star systems. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for the upcoming negotiations, a pivotal discussion that would determine the future collaboration between the Nova Alliance and the Antonio's conglomerate, laying the foundation for the stability of the Lagrange network. The meeting was held in a high-level conference room within Hub City. Beyond the windows, stars shimmered and ships darted through the void, while inside, a massive round table dominated the space. Alara, clad in the Nova Alliance uniform, exuded confidence and authority. Across from her sat Marcus, the conglomerate's chief negotiator. a seasoned strategist in his 50s, his smile pleasant but his gaze sharp as a blade, every word laced with calculation. Their respective delegations flanked them, their air thick with tension beneath the formal decorum. The negotiations began with courteous greetings. Alara spoke first, her voice steady and firm, honored representatives of the Antonio's conglomerate. The Nova Alliance values peace and progress through the Wyong 2.0 Accord. We seek to build mutual trust and jointly address the challenges facing the Lagrange network.
Marcus nodded slightly. Miss Alara, the conglomerate shares your regard for this agreement. We anticipate a fair and lasting partnership provided the interests of both parties are safeguarded. Their opening remarks were diplomatic, yet beneath the civility, the first moves of a strategic game had already been made. Their opening remarks were diplomatic, yet beneath the civility, the first moves of a strategic game had already been made. The discussion soon turned to specifics. Alara presented the Nova Alliance's core demands, unrestricted passage rights through the Lagrange gates, allowing the Alliance to mobilize resources and fleets swiftly within Hub's star system,
and the establishment of a neutral zone around the system where military action would be prohibited, a symbol and buffer for peace. Marcus expressed agreement but swiftly appended the conglomerate's conditions. In exchange for passage rights, the Nova Alliance would supply energy crystals and technical support under specified circumstances, and in the event of disputes, resolution would be arbitrated by a conglomerate-led council rather than a jointly appointed body.
Alara immediately recognized the trap, particularly the arbitration clause, which would grant the conglomerate undue dominance. She noted these points, preparing to counter in the next phase. The debate intensified. Marcus pressed on resource-sharing terms.
Miss Alara, the conglomerate has invested heavily in maintaining the Lagrange network. If the Nova Alliance cannot provide commensurate support, the value of passage rights diminishes. Alara refused to yield. Marcus, free passage is the cornerstone of peace, not a bargaining chip. If the conglomerate treats it as leverage, the Alliance's interests will suffer, rendering this accord meaningless. Back and forth they went, the atmosphere growing increasingly charged. Just as deadlock seemed inevitable, a sudden alarm shattered the silence. A conflict had erupted at the edge of Hub's system. An unidentified fleet had attacked the Lagrange Gates energy station. The meeting was suspended as Alara and Marcus reached a temporary consensus. They would cooperate to address the crisis.
During the emergency response, Alara commanded Nova Alliance fleets to stabilize the situation while Marcus deployed conglomerate engineers to repair the station. Their coordination proved unexpectedly seamless, fostering a fragile trust. When negotiations resumed, Alara seized the moment to propose a compromise. Resource sharing would be limited to emergencies and require mutual consent, while disputes would be mediated by a neutral third party to ensure fairness. Marcus considered, then recognizing Alara's resolve, agreed.
Hours later, the Wyong 2.0 Accord was finalized. At the signing ceremony, as Alara and Marcus inked their names, the latter offered a rare, genuine smile. You are a formidable opponent, and now a reliable ally. Alara returned the smile. Peace requires the strong to stand together, Marcus.
With the accord secured, Alara returned to the Lagrange gate as she stepped through. Energy enveloped her, the hum of the gate fading as she emerged in the Cygnus 0476 system. New challenges awaited, but behind her, the Wyong 2.0 Accord stood as a beacon of hope, lighting the way for the galaxy's future.